Hello, everybody. Good evening. Well, for me, it's good evening, and I want to welcome you back. This is the third part of the flashcard workshop that I held a few months ago. This is the final part of this series, and stay tuned for the next video that I'll be posting up very soon. So let's get started. If you haven't heard the last two videos, if you haven't watched, I advise you to watch, and you'll be getting the gist of what we're doing here. So let's see, this is part 3, and thank you for those who have been watching. All right. So as I said, my name is Dr. Edith Chaparro. I'm the co-founder of the Social Work Exam Prep Bootcamp along with Dr. Rick Medieto. A little bit about me. I'm a clinical social worker. I'm more of an educator and an entrepreneur, as well as a consultant. And I'm also in academia. All right, so here's my contact info if you need to reach me. And also, if you have an idea for a topic that I could cover, I'm more than happy to hear your ideas. You could email me, you could text me. I prefer text messages. Email me at socialworkbootcamp@gmail.com. Visit our Instagram. I will have postings up there also for you to help you with your studies. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to cover measurement tools, and we're also going to cover theory. Now, in the previous video, I showed you how we're going to be doing these flashcards. Okay, you can see this one here. You can label so that you know, okay, what flashcard am I going to be studying today, or what is this? Let's say you pick this up and you're like, I don't even know what this is. So you should write in the corner measurement tools, just to give yourself an idea of how to categorize this. All right, so the first one we're doing here is Vineland Adaptive Behavior Scale, or the BABS. I mentioned this in the previous video because we did DSM-5. So this kind of goes along with intellectual disability. You got to watch that video in order to understand how this connects with that. Now, what is the Vineland? The Vineland is a measurement tool, and you are going to administer this with your clients and or their collateral, most likely their collateral. And what is this measure? It evaluates the social and life skills of people from birth to 19 years of age. All right, so you're not administering this directly to your client. You're going to assist them, and most likely you're going to ask the caregivers. So it's directed to your caregivers, to the caregivers, or anyone that understands and knows the client's social and life functioning. The test has 4 sections: communication, daily living skills, socialization, and motor skills. I have administered these before, so if you ever are curious of what they look like, just send me an email and I could show you, right, if you have more questions specifically about this, because as a social worker, you can administer the Vineland to give yourself an idea of the functioning of your client, specifically if you're trying to diagnose them with intellectual disability. Okay, let's move on. Now, I have some more measurement tools for you. This is called an IQ. And what does IQ stand for? Intelligence quotient. This is also an assessment tool. And the first one we're going to cover is the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children. You might also see it written like this on the exam, WISC 5. They're up to the 5th edition. Now, for a good way to remember this, and I know it looks obvious right now, but if you're on the test and you're nervous and you're not sure, this is the best way to remember this. The WISC for children has a C in it for children, right? And then the I stands for the intelligence here. Just something quick in case you're like, oh no, which is which, right? Because we're going to do for adults after this one. So on this side of your flashcard, you're going to write all this, right? And on the other side of your flashcard, you're going to write the definition, which is the intelligence test that measures a child's intellectual And you could put and cognitive abilities as well. Children ages 6 to 16.11. All right, in case maybe those of you who work in a school might know what this is, but 16.11 means 16 years old and 11 months. Okay, almost 17, but not right there yet. And the this IQ tests attempt to measure verbal comprehension. So there's different areas: perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. So that's what they're measuring with the WISC-5. Now, who can administer a WISC-5? A psychologist. I'm a psychologist, so I can administer these, and I have. And that's pretty much the main person, or a school psychologist. There are school psychologists with a master's degree that can administer this as well. All right. So now the next measurement tool I will discuss is called the Wechsler, same author, Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale. Now, this looks a little bit like the WISC in the words, right? However, there's an A here for adults, and that's pretty much it. So the way that will help you to distinguish them is the WISC has the letter C in it, in their abbreviations, and the WISE has the A, right? But they might write this out on the test if it comes up, right? So, but we're gonna study it in case here with you. And the WISE has the A, which stands for adult. Now, what are we measuring here? We're going to measure the adult's intellectual and cognitive ability. And what are the ages here? It ranges from 16 to 90. All right, so that just gives you an idea. Okay, next measurement tool. So right up here in your little flashcard on the corner, you can write measurement tool again. And this is called the Beck Depression Inventory Scale, or Beck Depression Inventory. This is abbreviated BDI, and then they're on their second edition, so this is a number 2. And on the back of your flashcard, this is what you're going to write. This is multiple choice. And if you want, you can put this as another bullet. It's up to you. Multiple choice. It's a self-report inventory. What does that mean? The client can actually answer these questions on their own, and they should. In other words, we can assist them if needed, but self-reports are mainly for the client themselves to answer the questions. So they answer all these little questions. You're the one that's going to add up the scores and come up with the severity of their depression. It could be mild, moderate, severe, right? So depending on their answers and the scores that they get, you will be able to determine how depressed, if at all, this person is. Sometimes they might put 0 everywhere. So that means that they do not have depression at all, or maybe mild, and you could determine that with this, the BDI. Ages 13 and above are the age ranges for this scale. All right, so that concludes the measurement tools. If you have any questions, again, you could always reach out to me. And let's move on to your theories. Okay, so we're gonna cover one theory here, because why? I'm going to work on other videos where I'm doing different other theories. Now, one thing I'm trying to focus on, and this is geared especially for our bootcamp clients, I'm trying to give you additional information so that you can have other different resources other than our materials in class. We're going to give you other things so that you can study more and different subjects, topics, just to add on to what you're already doing. I don't want to give you too much and overwhelm you, but I feel like videos, this is a visual way and even auditory way to study, and it could be very helpful. All right, so we're going to do Kohlberg's moral development. Now, once again, this is your flashcard here, right? So you could label your flashcard up here with theories or theory, right? And over here, you're going to write Kohlberg's 3 levels. And it's actually 6 stages of moral development. So I'll show you what that means. So the reason I wrote all this like that is to show you that on the back of your flashcard, you're going to write that Kohlberg proposed that moral reasoning is divided into the following. You could put levels, right? Because in these levels, there are stages, right? But it doesn't matter. Stages or levels is fine. So the first level is pre-conventional level of moral reasoning. The second level is conventional level of moral reasoning. The third level is post-conventional level of moral reasoning. So these are the three levels. So on here, you could ask yourself, what are the three levels of Kohlberg's moral development, right? And the three levels are pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. That's all you need to know for that. And let's go into the first level. So this is your next flashcard that you're going to make. Kohlberg's pre-conventional level of moral reasoning, right? We just said the first one is pre-conventional. So on the back, you're going to notice that each level has 2 stages. That's why I wrote 6 stages on the first part, the first flashcard. So each level has 2 substages. And I wrote a little note here just so you can have an idea. The age range of this first level is before age 9. Now, the first stage is called, now it changes, every textbook or resource might have like a little bit of a different name. So this is just to give you a very good general idea, and this is the way I know it. Obedience and punishment. So just think, before age 9, the way we behave or make decisions is because we don't want to get in trouble, right? So doing what is right because of fear of punishment. That's the level of reasoning we're in, the decision making of what is right and wrong, right? And that's what morality is, making the correct decision. So we are making decisions based on fear of being punished. Now the second stage, getting a little bit older, maybe they're getting more towards age 9 here, right? This is called exchange stage. There's other different names for it, but for now, this is called exchange stage. And this is more about like self-interest. In other words, I'm going to do what is right for personal gains, perhaps a reward. So doing something right because you're going to get a toy or go out to the ice cream shop, right? So that's it more, it's more about self-interest, not about I'm doing what is right because it's good for society. That's not where their level of morality is yet. But it will get there. You'll see. So second level, put this on your flashcard like this, theories up here, Kohlberg's conventional level of moral reasoning. And this on the back here, oh, I think, here, I was like, wait a minute, where'd everything go? So this, remember how I said the other one was before age 9? So this kind of starts at age 10, and it could go all through adolescence and adulthood, and you'll see why. There's 2 stages here also. In each level, there's 2 stages. And for stage 3, it's more about, see how it says like adolescence, it starts during adolescence, goes, and this probably goes through adulthood up here. But you start making decisions because you want to win the approval from friends or peers. And here is an example, a child or, adolescents in this stage will share their game to make friends and be perceived as terrific. So basically, I guess what your peers say about you and how your behavior is matters at that point. And that's how you're making your decisions. And stage 4 is law and order. So as you get older, you notice that I need to make decisions because it's my own duty to do so as a citizen, as a civilian. So law and order, like the TV show, you can think of it that way. Doing what is right because it is your duty and it helps society. So as you can see, the morality is getting on a larger scale, on a higher level of decision making, correct decision making. Before in the earlier ages and stages, individuals or younger people they were making decisions based on friends, based on punishment, not fear of punishment. You see that? Based on this and this and that, rewards, right? So as you become an adult, and this is based on Kohlberg, you are making decisions because it's our right and it helps society. All right, so now as we get further than that, I mean, if you're that moral, what can come after that? This is the third level, right? So you put your theories up here. This is our third level, Kohlberg's post-conventional level of moral reasoning. So this is the highest level of moral reasoning, okay? Begins in a young adulthood. It kind of overlaps with the other one, but stage 5 says the actions that follow socially acceptable ways of making decisions and the rules that make life better for everyone. In other words, this person is making the right choices, the right decisions, maybe following the traffic laws, not breaking any laws, right? So that you can have a better life for yourself and for everyone around you. Now, stage 6 is the most ultimate, highest level of morality. It's based on universal principles, and the action is that it is consistent with self-chosen general principles. What does this all mean? Basically, Kohlberg said that very few people reach this level of morality. This is pretty much being like a complete like saint or amazing person that has never done anything wrong in their whole life. So makes the best decision like every second of their life. It's just above anyone. See, it's a universal principles, and that's what Kohlberg said. Very few people can even reach this. I think we're pretty good people, right? So I would assume that most of us are stage 5 because, like he said, barely anyone reaches this stage. So that's Kohlberg for you, right? Really quickly, first level, pre-conventional, has your 2 stages, 8 before 9. Second level, you're conventional, right? And this is other 2 stages that I don't know why it does that, but pure opinion, law and order. And your third level is your post-conventional, which will be your social norms, right? Which I think we're in. And then the universal principles will be like the highest rank. And we made this visual for you. I'm a visual learner. I know a lot of you guys are visual learners. So we made this cute little flyer. I'm going to try to post this also on my Instagram so that you could keep it with you. And you could also, this is for you guys, and you are more than welcome to study from this. And Kohlberg's theory of development, 6 stages, and level 1, level 2, level 3. See? Just a little visual, little colored. And when I mentioned in the first video, I don't know if all of you seen that you have to sometimes make things colorful and make it your own to remember. So for example, maybe if you see this and you can even recreate it and, use colors. I mean, it's kind of like old school, but it works. Studying cannot just be maybe like what everyone thinks now, like typing and texting and all that. Use markers, crayons, whatever, things that'll help you to remember, because it does work. Highlight things, because that's really what's gonna stick in your memory when you're actually doing something more tactile with movement to study. So you can recreate this, make it your own, but obviously follow it, right? So level 1, and I said it was before age 9. Maybe you could do your own thing here and put age before age 9. See, we have obedience and punishment, and exchange stage, the rewards. Level 2, conventional, after 10 and forward, adolescence and adulthood. Conforming and being nice to others, respecting the authority and law. And the post would be the highest level, which is considering individual rights and ethical principles and abstract reasoning. You also put universal principles if you'd like. All right. Okay, so that is Kohlberg. And like I said, I will be working on other videos, and it will be even better if I hear from you so that I know what you guys want to hear. but I have a whole list of possible videos already. I'm working on 2 already now. And summary. So once again, thank you for listening to this video. Press like so that I know that you like it. I mean, I hope you do. Either way, I think it will help with something. And also use your flashcards. That's what I made this workshop for. I'm planning on making another flashcard workshop in the fall. So hopefully you guys can attend that and keep an eye out for it. Because if you're attending it when it's live, we can interact. And then later on, I will record them again into sections like this. But it's more fun. Honestly, I think the people that attended, they had a great time during the workshop video. All right, so summary, work on your flashcards and use them. Watch the other 2 videos, especially video 1 and 2, of course, because I have different areas and topics there. And also video 1's gonna show you how to use these flashcards. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you for attending and good luck. This is my little puppy. She goes with me everywhere. And she also wishes everybody luck. All right, everyone, have a great day and connect with me. And I'll see you in the next video.